We're just getting started in our mountain pose, the first pose. So just sitting up nice and tall, big toes together, heels slightly apart. And then we're just going to take a nice deep breath in here. And then on the exhale, I'm going to bring the hands into prayer and then bring the thighs together. Okay. On the inhale, I'm just going to release. So again, that's the general breath pattern, is breathing in on the preparation and then exhale on the hard part, and also inhaling on the easy part. So again, I encourage you to leave anything out today that causes you pain or strain. Go to your own challenge level, whatever that might be today, and try not to hold your breath. Just keep breathing nice, full breaths into the back and sides of the rib cage where the elbows are at this point. And then again, pulling the belly in, pelvic floor up is going to help protect your lower back by engaging the abdominals. Okay, so I know that was a lot right there, but I'll be cueing you throughout the workout. You don't have to keep all that in mind, but just kind of giving you a heads up on the most important things. All right, so again, this time we're gonna hold it here, take a deep breath. This time on the exhale, we'll bring the arms overhead and then inhale and bring the arms down. Okay, so again, we're gonna start in mountain pose and then exhale to center and then grow and then inhale to open up. Okay. So again, we'll go back to mountain, press the thighs together, grow, and then arms out. So it's kind of a combination of the tree that we've been doing. Okay. So again, we'll do that one more time. Okay, so we're going to go the other direction this time. So this time we're going to bring the arms overhead into prayer and lengthen the neck as you bring the prayer down. Okay, so let's inhale here and then exhale, arms overhead, squeezing the thighs together, and then bring your prayer down. Inhale and release, and then we'll exhale, arms overhead, and then bringing it down. Okay, one more time. Breathe deep and then blow. And let's take another deep breath here. Okay, so this time we're going to go into lateral rotation, and then we'll start with the hands out. Uh, Again, we can go yoga hands where you bring in the index finger to the thumb. And then we'll just start off by kind of focusing on our neutral spine, taking a nice deep breath in, growing tall through the back of the head. And then on the exhale, I'm just going to lift the arms up a little bit. And then on the inhale, bring them down. I'm thinking of this one as a sort of an expanding flower. Each time we're raising the arms a little bit more. And then we'll add in the heels. So we're going to lift the heels up and then bring them down, bringing the arms up a little higher and then a little higher. On the next one, we'll bring the arms all the way up to the top. Good. And then take a deep breath here. This time on the exhale, we're going to open the petals a little bit and then close again. And then open a little bit more and close a little less. Okay, so we'll keep doing that a couple more times and then bring those arms all the way down. Okay, this time, as you take a deep breath in, we're going to exhale and then lift ourselves just off the chair. Take a deep breath, exhale, float back down. Inhale again. This time, exhale, come up a little higher. And then inhale, float down. Okay, so we'll do that again a couple more times, each time coming up a little higher. Okay, breathe in and then blow, coming up. One more time, we're going to go all the way up until the hands come together. Okay, so we'll start here. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to open a little and then inhale, coming back up. Again, drawing the shoulders down as you open. Okay, Think of a flower opening up, getting bigger and bigger. All right. And then we'll do that one more time, coming all the way down. All right, we're going to go now to butterfly. So for this one, we'll start with the heels together, toes apart. Okay, take a nice deep breath in. This time on the exhale, we're going to pivot on the ball of the toes, bring the thighs together, and then rotate the thighs apart. So as you're doing this, this is a hip mobility exercise. So think about squeezing your buttocks as you open the thighs and then squeezing the thighs together. Okay. So just pivoting in and out. The femurs are moving, top of the femurs are moving around in the hip sockets of your pelvis. Couple more of those. All right. Then we'll start with the thighs together, and then we'll just add our wings and extend and bend. Okay, so we're going to double winged butterfly. Okay, so we're doing the top wings right now, extending and bending, and then we're gonna again we'll add in the bottom wings, bringing them together and apart. All right, now option to arch your back as you open the wings, lift the chest, come back to parallel with the thighs. Again, breathe and blow, pulling the rib cage and the belly in. Again, is going to protect your lower back, but breathing in is going to facilitate arching the back at the same time. So let's do 3 more of these, 2 more. And then on the last one, we're going to hold that pose a little longer for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we'll float the arms straight down. Okay, so this time we're going to bring the arms straight up at the side, up and down. I'm going to take it to a thigh to the side. So I'm going to come back to parallel. Okay, so we're working in parallel to lateral rotation. Kind of inspired by the butterfly, but this is a stock move that we've done many, many times. I like this one in the warm up just to get things moving. And we're going to do a countdown and then a side angle. So here we go. 3 more of these, 2 more of these, then hold it here. So we're going to side angle, support yourself with the hand or the forearm on the thigh, and then take a nice deep breath in and bring your top arm back behind the shoulder. And then exhale it down. And then take that hand under the thigh below and slide it under the thigh. And then bring it back, reach the sky again. Take a deep breath in, and then let's exhale and come back upright. Okay, so we're going to go to the other side and we'll just do the same thing we just did. So again, support yourself on the thigh, reach the sky, maybe go down onto the forearm, then take that top arm behind the shoulder and then rotate it down. Wrap your hand around the thigh, dropping that shoulder a little bit, then lift the arm up, reach the sky, and then take another deep breath. Exhale yourself back up, and then we'll come to center. All right, now we're going to do the tree, the growing tree, which is a great one for the nature sequence. So we're going to start this one with the heels together, toes apart. Okay. And then we'll start with a deep breath here, and then we'll exhale here. So inhale, lift the heels, and then exhale, press the heels together. Okay, so we're going to do that a few times. Breathe. On the next one, we're going to grow our tree. So keep your heels together, grow your tree. On the breath in, grow your branches and your roots out to one side. Okay, so again, take a deep breath. As you exhale, lift your roots above the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, and one. Okay, we're going to try same thing, but we'll grow our roots in the other direction. So take a deep breath here, grow tall, then exhale, press the heels and hands together and grow your tree. Breathe, grow your branches, and again, your roots out to the other side. As you exhale, lift the roots, but keep your good posture for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we're going to bring the feet flat this time. Okay, so we'll start with the feet flat. You want the heels kind of in line with your sit bones. And then we're going to be shifting and standing up. So take a deep breath in to prepare here. Exhale, root into your feet. We're going to fold forward a little bit and then shift onto the feet and grow your tree. Okay. As you take a breath, we're going to grow the branches and the roots out to one side. So we're starting in a tiptoe position there. And then as you exhale, try lifting those roots above the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're coming back down onto the roots and back down onto the seat carefully. Be careful you're not missing the chair there. Okay, so we're going to start the same thing again. Take a deep breath in, grow tall through the top of the head. Exhale, root into your feet, fold forward, and then lift and grow. Branches out and roots to the other side. Okay. Use your exhale to lift and balance for 5, 4, 3, 2. This time we're going to shift over to that side. So we're going to land on there, bring the roots together. Okay. So again, we're going to do the same thing here. Just take a deep breath in. We'll soften the knees this time. Exhale, zip the thighs. Then grow your tree, okay? This time we're gonna lift both heels off the floor. Thinking the outside foot, grow your branches, okay? And then we'll grow our roots again out to that side. Take a deep breath and let's exhale and shift. So you're going on to that side, bring the heels together, okay? So we're going to repeat, same thing. Inhale, soften the knees. Exhale, zip the thighs up, grow your tree, lift your heels up. Now inhale, grow your branches, sink the outside heel, inside heel lifts. Okay, again, we're going to extend and shift. Okay. All right. Now we're going to start this one with the heel on the ankle. So again, I'm going to take a deep breath here. Okay. Then on the exhale, I'm going to press the hands together to center and grow the tree. Now option to bring the foot up onto the calf. Okay. So if that's too much, stay here. If you can, join me here. All right. Then take a deep breath in, extend and shift. Okay, so we'll start in the same position again. So what I find too is that if you're pressing kind of the heel into the ankle, ankle into the heel, that'll help you center. Okay, again, and then once you get up to the calf, the same thing. So take a deep breath to prepare, grow tall, exhale, and then grow your tree. Maybe bring the foot up onto the calf. Again, you're going to kind of push that foot into the calf, push the calf into the foot. Inhale and grow. And let's exhale and shift. Okay. So this time we're going to make it a little harder, even more, by bringing the hands down. So think of it as a bigger tree with lower branches. Okay. Inhale here. And then again, we're going to exhale and extend the roots. And then shift over to that side, bringing the arms overhead. So return to your start position, okay? Again, we'll bring the arms down. Now, option to come up again to the calf muscle here. Then we're gonna breathe here and extend. Then use your exhale to come overhead with those arms into that tree pose, Okay. So again, we'll bring it down, take a deep breath in, exhale and shift. Bring the arms overhead, find your tree pose, and bring it down. We're going to do two more of these. Inhale and extend. Exhale to shift. Find your tree pose. All right, we're doing one last one here. Breathe deep. Exhale and shift. Find your tree pose on the other leg. All right, ta-da, looking good. Okay. All right, let's go back to the chair. I'm going to do one I like for the quadratus lumbarum, the lower back muscles. Okay, so this squirrel. So we're going to try the squirrel. We're going to do it first with a limited motion range with the hands in the middle of the thighs, and then we'll try it with the hands starting on the outside of the thighs. So we're going to take a deep breath in. And then on the exhale, we're going to lift one hand up to cactus. Okay, so the other hand's holding it here. Legs are going to be stabilizers. So root into your feet, keep the maybe squeeze your butt a little bit and stabilize the thighs. Then you're going to turn to look at that hand and then back. Think of it as your tail. If you're a squirrel, you're looking back up at your tail for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, bringing your tail down again. We're going to grow our tail to the other side. So let's inhale here. Then look at your tail and bring your tail higher behind you for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring it down. Okay, so we're going to try the same move, but this time we'll start with the hands on the outside of the thighs. So you'll notice that on this one, you're going to have a little less range of motion. Again, contract those abdominal muscles, and that's going to protect your lower back. Okay, so let's breathe in here. Again, I'm going to turn, look at that hand, and then rotating my torso and lifting that hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring that back. Okay. So we're doing the same thing other side. So inhale, going to cactus arm. Okay. Then we're going to kind of turn a little bit, looking at that hand, and then extend it up behind you for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then bring it back down. Okay. So we're going to try both ways from the standing position now. Okay. So again, we're going to start here. Now we'll start by going into a squatted position, and the one hand is on the thigh. In fact, I need my feet a little further apart. Okay. So hand is on the thigh, and I'm sinking down. And then again, I'm going to look to that hand and then grow my tail up and looking at it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring that back in and we'll come up. Now we're doing the same thing other side. So again, let's inhale here again, and then extend your arm up and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then coming back. Okay, this time, same thing. Hands will be on the outside of the thighs. Okay, so again, sinking down, go to cactus arm, then lift and look there. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale back up. Okay, same thing, other side. So again, breathe in. Go to cactus arm, rotate and extend for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then coming up. Ooh, okay, that I could feel that in my legs a lot. Okay, let's go back down to the chair. And so that was the squirrel. So let's do alligator since the joke of the day was about an alligator. What do you call an alligator in a vest? Do you remember? An investigator, investigator. Okay, there you got one of the jokes. Okay, so we're starting in alligator pose. So hands are kind of right in front of the shoulders. And then we'll just take a deep breath in. And now I'm going to go from alligator into cat. So I'm going to extend the arms and then round the back and go on to the buttocks. So I'm not leaning on the chair. I'm almost at the chair, but not quite, and pulling the belly in. Okay. And then we'll come back up to alligator. Okay. So again, kind of drawing the shoulder blades down and back. And again, imagine you have an apple under your chin. It'll keep your neck neutral. Okay. So take another deep breath in and let's go back to that cat. Okay. And then hold it there. Breathe deep. Good. And then let's come back up one more time. Arching the back. Good. And then rounding the back. All right. And then coming up. All right, this time I'm going to go into swan. We're going to kind of be playing around with both of these from the standing position as well. So again, the swan is basically you want to extend your back. So right here is neutral, and then extended is where you're arched. But again, you still want to pull the belly in, the ribs in, and then you're arching your back, and then you're just going to fold forward and then come back up. So I'm hinging from the hips. Again, I'm doing it with the support of the hands, keeping the back arched. Now it doesn't look like my back's that arched because of the clothing I'm wearing is kind of draping on it, but I am arching my back a little bit. I've got my chest lifted, and then you're going to rock forward from the hips and then come back up. Okay. Now try adding some swan wings. So as you fold forward, extend your swan wings and then come back. Okay, so think of yourself as a swan on the water, just rocking forward, maybe getting a little water, and then coming up. Okay, so again, one more time. And then back up. So it's going to be, different in the standing position. So let's stand up and then we'll get into some cat cow um, exercises from the standing position. So what we can do, a nice way to do cat cow is with the chair. So what I'm going to do is just show you this from here. Actually, yeah. So what you want to do is be kind of standing an inch or two away from your chair and facing your chair. Then you're going to soften your knees and then put your hands right underneath your shoulders. So this is table. It's a traditional pose in yoga. Usually you have your knees, you're down on your knees, but this works good too, just on the feet. So again, what you want is that neutral spine in your table pose. And we'll start with that. Take a deep breath in. This time on the exhale, we're going to lengthen the legs and round the back so that you're looking towards your thighs. And again, pulling the tummy up away from the floor and take a deep breath. This time on the exhale, soften your knees, straighten your back. Okay. Then we're going to go into cow by lifting the chest and lifting the tail. So again, I'm arching the back here. Breathe, but I'm still looking down. Okay. And then on the exhale, go back to table, neutral spine, and then round the back and hold it there. Take a deep breath in. Okay, one more time. We're going to bend the knees, go into cow. So the table is neutral spine, and then lift the chest and the tail and arch the back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go back to table, and then we'll just come out of that and stand up. Okay, so we're going to also use the chair to go into swan. So for this one, I'm going to have the chair in front of me. And we're going to start off with kind of warrior one footing. So you have the one foot facing the chair, and then you could have your hands on the chair. Okay. So hopefully you have a stable chair, not a folding chair, something that's not going to collapse on you. Okay. So we're going to start with this, and then we'll just do a little prep coming off the heel up and down. Yeah. And then we'll do a couple more of those. All right. Now we're going to start in neutral spine. This time I'm going to lift my chest and arch the back and then come back to neutral. So maybe take the one hand and arch the back and then come back to neutral. So again, breathe and blow. All right. We're going to do that one more time. Then we're going to add the heel lift. So you're going to lift your heel, arch your back, then come to neutral. Okay. So again, breathe here and blow. We're going to do it one more time, then hold that pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So we're going to change sides. So starting parallel, take your other leg back, put yourself in warrior one footing again. Okay. So again, we're starting here. I'll move a little bit so I get in the shot. So we're starting here. Again, just lift and lower that heel a couple times. Okay. One more. All right. Now we're going to focus on the spine. So again, we'll take a deep breath. Take your other arm back and then lift your chest. And then back. So I'm bringing the arm back just to facilitate that arching in the back. Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll do that one more time. All right, now we'll add the heel lift. So you're lifting the heel and bringing the hand back, and then go back to neutral. Okay, inhale, arch the back, exhale. Let's do that one more time. All right, now we're going to change sides again. This time I'm going to start a little bit differently. You're going to start by you're going to be back just a little bit away from the chair, but so you can just reach it with your fingers. Okay, then you're going to lean forward and see the back is still neutral. Okay, the hip is fully extended at this point. So the back is neutral. Then we're going to, so this time we're going to start by squeezing the buttocks and then releasing, squeezing and releasing. I'm a little bit close to the wall, so I'm going to go a little forward. Okay, so let's do one more. Okay, now we're going to keep the toes on the floor. We're going to go to arching the back again. Lift the chest. Okay, again, lift the chest. All right, we're going to do one more. Lift the chest. Then we're going to squeeze the buttocks and lift the chest. So lift and come back. So again, let's inhale here. We'll facilitate your arching of the back. Okay. Again. All right. Now we'll switch sides. So again, just starting on the other foot, you're going to have your tiptoe, shoulders are in front of the hips now. Okay. So just start off by concentrating on that buttocks, squeeze it and release it. Okay. So just do a couple more of those. Then we'll do the upper body. Again, we're going to lift the chest and release. Okay. You're going to take the arm back to facilitate that. Okay. So again, breathe. Okay. Now, option to add the lift and lower. Okay. So we are kind of rotating on this one because we're doing it unilateral. One more. And then release. Okay, now I'm going to leave the chair out of this one for the next one because I'm going to be doing like both hands. So, but that's a way that you can do it with so we're going to kind of go through, put it all together now. Okay, so we're going to start again. I'm going to start off by just extending the arms and the toes. Again, option to have your hand here. Again, now you're going to lift your chest and squeeze the buttocks and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to parallel. Okay, other side. So again, starting warrior 1. Okay, again, we're going to extend the arms behind us, lift the heel. Okay, again, squeeze the buttocks. Whoops. Ah, I'm out of control here. Squeeze the buttocks and lift and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit more onto it. We're going to, again, this time I'm going to go to that tiptoe position to start. Then I'm going to keep the hand here, and then we'll squeeze the buttocks, lift, and then I'm going to go forward and up, just like a swan, dipping forward into the water and then coming out. Okay, so let's do a couple more of those. Kind of also getting a little work on that supporting arm. All right. All right. And let's try it on the other side. So again, we'll start with the tiptoe, the one wing out. Okay. Again, squeeze your buttocks, lift your chest, and then we're going to go forward. Okay. I'm really feeling the hamstring on this one, though, down the back of the legs. Let's do a couple more. And last one right here. Okay. All right. Now we can try it without the chair and see how that goes. So I'm going to start here. Again, I'm going to squeeze the buttocks and then I'm going to try going forward and up. Okay. Maybe we can add it together. We're going to go. So this one is difficult. It doesn't seem like it would be, but I am finding it hard. One more time. Yeah. All right. That was a good balance challenge. All right. Other side. So again, start with your tiptoe. Shoulders are in front. Squeeze your buttocks, extend your wings, lift your chest, and tip forward and come back up. Again. Yeah, this one is really tough. All right. It's kind of like Warrior 3 with the arms back, with airplane arms. All right, one more time. Let's try it. All right, and then coming back. Woo, okay. All right, let's grab a sip of water. I'm getting heated with that one. I will start back down in the chair. Okay, so since we just did the swan, I think that was a good lead up to the mosquito. Okay, the swan is on the lake and the mosquitoes are buzzing around. So we're gonna just start with easy. This is how the mosquitoes flap their arms, and I did check it out on the internet. They do like this little sculling motion. They push in and out, and then they go super fast with that. But I'm going to kind of go at a more of a moderate pace, but then I'm going to take the hands out to the side and then behind the hips. So that's basically your mosquito arms or wings, okay? Doing that sculling motion. Then I'm going to take the 1 foot back, okay? And then I'm going to take the other foot back. So we're going to start with the feet back on the tiptoes. Take a deep breath in. Then I'm going to land on my host. Okay. Take a deep breath. And then I'm just going to leave. And then I'm going to extend my proboscis and then draw the blood from my host, keeping the back straight for 5, four, three, two, and one. Coming upright. Okay, so we're going to come back to that upright. It's kind of like camel. Basically, we're starting in camel pose. Okay, which ties in with the nature. And then again, we'll start with the mosquito wings. Again, breathing and growing tall. And then on the exhale, we're going to land on our host again and extend our proboscis and draw the blood for five, four, three, two, and one, and then come upright. Okay, so we're going to try that from the standing position. Now, this one, I'm going to put the chair aside, and then I'm going to work. See, I'm trying to see which one would be best. I'm going to work this way, I guess. And I'm going to start in the I'll start kind of off to the side here, and then I'm going to go into warrior one. So I'm going to laterally rotate the back leg, and then the front leg is forward. Okay. So you're getting a side view on this. So again, we'll start with the arms in the back in airplane, and then turn them into mosquito wings. Okay. So we're just flapping the mosquito wings. Then shift your weight to the front foot, come off the back foot. So you could stay tippy toe or try lifting that foot off the floor. Take a deep breath. And then on the exhale, take that leg in the back and then land. So we're kind of in lunge pose, right? And if you want more stability, laterally rotate. Then we'll extend our proboscis and then draw the blood. Again, go where you can with the neutral spine for five, four, three, two, and one, and then coming back upright. Okay, so I'm going to come back to start position and do it on the other side. So I'm going to start with the other leg forward. Okay, and maybe I'll do it this way. Other leg forward. Okay, so again, we're going to start in the lateral rotation on the back, and then mosquito wings. We're going to flap the mosquito wings behind the hips. Again, coming off the back heel. Looks like my purse is in the way. Sorry about that. we got you gotta come off the back heel. Good. Now, if you're ready, come off the back foot and keep flying. And then take a deep breath, land on your host, and then extend your proboscis and draw the blood for five, four, three, two, and one. Okay, and then coming out of that, I forgot to cue the lateral rotation on the back leg, so I don't know how that went. But I'm going to try it two more times. We'll do it in one. Again, this time I'm going to keep the lunge position um, uh, in both directions. Okay, so again, I'm starting in a warrior one, airplane arms. Okay, and mosquito wings. Then lift your back heel, lift the toes, take a breath. Again, bring that back leg forward, land on your host, keep the leg in parallel or laterally rotate, extend your proboscis, and then draw your blood for five, four, three, two, one. Come upright, and then we'll come out of that. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. Other side. Again, we'll start off in warrior. Back leg is laterally rotated. Again, turn on your mosquito wings. Come off the back heel. Okay. Find your center. I'm still working on that. Okay. And then when you're ready, come off the back foot. Take a deep breath. And then land on your host. Again, I'm a little unstable, so I'm finding my center. And then I'm just going to again extend the proboscis and draw for five, four, three, two, and one. Coming up and out of that. Okay. All right, that's a fun one. I always think of the Yukon when I'm doing that, where the mosquitoes are crazy. All right, so we'll come back down. We'll do something a little, well, actually, this one is challenging. It's not that bad in the chair, but it gets challenging on the feet. So we'll do this, the pigeon pose. So pigeon pose, we're going to start by taking the ankle over one ankle over the other. Okay. Now, again, you might have limited range in your hips and knees. So go to where you can with this. If you've got limited knee range, then I would say stay just with the ankle crossing. And then you're going to contract your buttocks and then draw the thigh, spin the thigh open. Okay. Yeah. Take a deep breath there, grow tall. All right, now if you've got the range, then we'll take the ankle up beyond the knee joint of the supporting leg. Okay. So, again, if you can't get beyond that knee joint, I recommend you go back down to the ankle. Okay. All right, now I'm going to play around with this one a little bit. So, on this one, we're just going to stay neutral, and then we'll take the hand, the back of the hand onto the lower back to bring awareness to the curve in the lower back. Keeping that curve, you're going to fold forward. So go as far as you can without losing your curve. So right here is where I feel like I'm going to start to lose it because I'm going to start doing this. So I'm just folding, trying to keep that curve in the lower back. And then I'm going to look down at the floor in front of me to keep the lengthen the neck and just hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'll ease off on that, and then I'm going to slide the thigh on top of the other thigh, the top thigh. So this time I'm going to take the hand over, and I've got the one hand on the hip, the other hand on the thigh, and then I'm going to kind of use that as leverage and turn and look past my shoulder and hold it there. Take a nice deep breath and spiral upwards. And then on the exhale, just come back to center. So we'll do the same thing other side. So again, start here. Again, and you might have, more range with one hip or knee than the other. So again, adjust accordingly. So again, I like to just start here to connect with the outer hip and thigh, just by kind of contracting in that area to open to spin the femur open. Okay. Again, take a deep breath, grow tall. Then, if you have the range, slide your ankle up over the knee joint. And then you can hold it there again. Take a breath, grow tall. And then slowly fold forward. You can use your hands a little bit, but don't force it. Okay, just fold forward again to where you're starting to lose neutral, which is right there for me. So take a deep breath in. And then exhale and release. Okay, now I'm gonna take that top thigh onto the bottom thigh. Okay, and then slide the hand over to the thigh, the other hand over to the hip. And then as I take a breath, I'm gonna spiral upwards and look past my elbow in the back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then rotate back forward. Okay, now we're going to do this a little differently from the standing position. They call it the fears pose in the yoga world. Um, so this one we're going to try. Um, I'm going to use the chair for light support, and then if I'm feeling stable enough, I'll just continue without the chair. Okay, so we'll start here with the ankles crossed, and this is a great balance one too in itself. So you got the one ankle crossed in front of the shin, and then we'll just hold it here. Now you could just try it with your hands on the hips with no chair support. Maybe extend the arms out, hold it there. Okay. Yeah. And then maybe fold forward. So keep your back straight. So maybe keep your back straight and fold forward. So I'm just folding from the hips for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that ankle above the knee again. Okay. So I'm going to take it above the knee and sit down. So I'm going to hold that ankle in place. I'm holding the chair on the inside. Okay. So yeah, then maybe hold down here. Okay. So if you're feeling like you can do this without the chair, then try bringing your hand behind you. Okay. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then come up. All right, so you can also do it with both arms extending behind you. So I'm going to try that this time, first with the toes on the floor, because it's pretty challenging. So I'm going to do this again. I'm going to fold forward and try it without the chair. So holding it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then extend the hips again. I'm going to try the same thing now with the ankle up. Okay, so I'm going to go into it like this, take a deep breath again, and then send the other arm back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then coming up. Woo, okay, so that was a lot on the supporting leg. Time to go to the other side. All right, so again, we'll start with the outside leg. That's the one away from the chair, over the inside and tiptoe. Okay. So again, we'll just try this. Use the chair as needed, of course. Again, try just folding forward from the hips. Again, keeping the back straight for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Now, again, we'll try bringing that ankle up. Again, if you need to hold it there, you can do that. Okay. So again, I'm going to sink my hips. Again, and maybe take the inside hand off the chair. Okay. And then hold it as you breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Coming up. All right. So again, we'll try a little more challenge with extending both arms without the chair. So we'll try it with the toes on the floor first. So again, we'll extend or flex the hips, keeping the back straight. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming upright. Again, try it now with that ankle beyond the knee. Again, I'm going to first fold forward because I think starting up is going to be too challenging for me. Then let go of the chair and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. I'm glad the chair was there, or I would have fallen. All right. Okay. Good job, guys. Let's go back down to the chair. We're going to try another one. They call this the seal, and I'm only going to do like a half seal. The seal is where you're actually rocking with your legs up in a mat, but we're going to modify it for the chair. Okay. So this one, I'm going to take the leg up, grab it's like you're going to have your hand in offering and then slip it under the ankle. Okay, again, you're going to round your back on this one and pull your tummy in. Okay, then you can grab alongside the outside of your foot, like along here, but your hands underneath. Okay, so grab your foot like that. That in itself might be enough for you if you're struggling. Try to keep the shoulders down and the neck open. Okay, and then try extending. Actually, I don't really like this grip, but try extending and then bending. I'm going to modify. I don't like that. I'm just going to hold on the outside of the foot here. So instead of wrapping under, I'm going to change and go to the outside of the foot. That way I'll be able to extend my leg a little more and then extend the leg. I feel a great stretch right in here. And then again, try to keep the neck and shoulders open. Yes, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring that down. Okay. So we'll do the other side. Same thing again. You could try just doing that pose that I had before, but I didn't really like it for the extension. It just seemed to be too limiting. So I'm just going to just hold it here like this. Okay. And then take a deep breath. I'll extend a little bit. All right. But I feel like I want to extend the leg more to get into the hamstring. So let's take the arm. Now we'll grab it on the outside. Okay. And then extend the leg like that. Yeah. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring it in. Okay. So in a mat class, you'd be doing both legs out, but we're not. But we'll do a roll back instead. So we're going to roll back and then lift the chest, roll forward. Okay. All right. Now we're going to add on the boat pose, one leg up. So boat pose is kind of like the seal a little bit, but your legs are parallel. Okay. Now try adding that one-legged seal. We're going up, lift it up. Yeah, and then bring it back. I did actually go the underhand grip on this one like this. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to try differently with the overhand grip and then extend. Yeah. And bring it back in. And then we'll do the other side. Roll back and then extend. Yeah. Whew. All right. Okay. I'm just seeing it's 10:31 right now. So I'm going to just do a few more stretches here. We'll start with the arms just holding the chair. If you don't have the chair, then you can just have your hands on the hips or just straight back in airplane. But we really want to spread the chest open. So I like using the chair for that. I'm going to draw my chest forward, look down to the toes, and lengthen the neck. Take a nice deep breath there. Good. All right. And then we'll release that. This time we'll go into a cat again. So we're going to slide the hands over the knees, round the back. Okay. Now we're going to come up into alligator again. So alligator. Good. Okay, then let's go to cactus. Okay, so that's a great nature one. So take a deep breath, and then I'm going to draw the elbows back a little further. Okay, and then as I exhale, I'm going into elephant, another nature. So this is a great one. Again, even though you're bringing the forearms forward, think about spreading the chest. Okay, and then let's do that again. We're going to inhale, open up, maybe arch the back a little bit. Okay. Again, this time we're going to old elephant. If you have osteoporosis, I don't recommend that you do old elephant. Just stick with the elephant. So we'll go through elephant first. So elephant's here. Then pull your tummy and rib cage in, and then go to old elephant. Okay, that's where you rounded the back a little bit. Good. And then we'll come up again, we'll go into cactus, arch the back a little bit. All right. Okay, then we'll bring it down. We're going to do that one more time, but we'll start from the standing position. Okay. So we'll start up in cactus. Okay. And then again, arch the back and go into elephant. Okay. Now, again, if you don't have osteoporosis, go into old elephant by softening the knees and rounding the upper back. Okay. And hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and one. We'll come upright, back to elephant, back to cactus, and then bring the hands down and release. Okay, let's go back down to the chair. Now we're going to do one called the eagle. Okay, that's again, this is range of motion for shoulders. Again, go to your own range of motion. Some people, have a hard time with this one, but just go to where you can. We're going to start with the arms long. Okay. Then all I'm going to do is take one arm over the other. Then you're going to go as far as you can. You try to cross the arms beyond the elbows. Okay, so try to do it not at the forearms, but on the upper arms. Okay, once you get there, bend the elbows. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, so if you can get to this point, that is great in itself. So take a nice deep breath in. Now, if you can, try wrapping the hands together. You got to bring yeah, you got it. Okay, perfect. And then take another deep breath. Good. And then unwind those arms and take them out. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. This time, start with the other arm on top. So whatever arm was on top, switch. So again, cross the upper arms, then bend the elbows, then try wrapping. Oh, excuse me. So again, hold it there. Take a nice deep breath. Good. Then as you exhale, unwind and bring the arms out again. All right. Now we'll try the full eagle. Now I cannot do the full eagle. Full eagle is you're going to have your foot down and then it's going to wrap around. But I'm just going to do pigeon legs instead of eagle legs. Somehow they start with the foot behind the calf and wrapped around, but I don't have that ability. So I'm going to put this arm on top since this leg's on top. So let's do that. And then bend and then wrap the hands. Hold it there. Take a deep breath. Grow tall. All right. Then unwind. And then we'll try it on the other side. Okay. So again, I'm going to bring the other arm on top this time. So take the other arm on top, bend the elbows, try to wrap the hands, take a deep breath in, grow tall. Good. And then exhale and release. Okay, very good. All right, now we'll just take one more deep breath and give yourself a hug, pat on the back, come back up, switch the top arm, do the same thing. Last one, take a deep breath and give yourself a hand. And that is it for today, ladies. Namaste. Hope you have a great day.